汝の命運つき
I think we're on a roll. I'm getting kind of used to this. Now, but you know what's really funny is I'm making content. When you guys come to it, when I upload it, and you guys comment and participate in the community, that makes you want to like make more content. This is because of y'all. We're back again. I've got some packages that I think I know what it is. So I think I've already set the props up to show y'all something. Let's unbox some stuff. I think this is my 4th or 5th day filming something. And I'm not gassed, even though I just got off work and I'm covered in drywall. Oddly, because I do fire alarms, but I'm doing construction for the fire alarms. And as some of y'all know, I just peeped this. I'm cutting towards myself. I would have gutted myself if it slipped. Would have been pretty funny. I wouldn't have enjoyed it. All right, so let's see what we got here. The fuck is this? And why? The hell is this? Why, son? What the fuck, son? Give me some random bullshit eating. What the fuck is that, yo? So this is the messy nuts and bolts. So what I always get nuts and bolts when I'm building stuff. And when I'm done building things, I check inventory as far as the nuts and bolts that I have left to see what I need. If I'm missing anything, then I just try to order like random nuts and bolts. They're OEM stuff. It's usually from like dismantlers that take apart motorcycles, and it's absolutely all original Yamaha nuts and bolts. And I know that I came across, I needed a gas tank, one specifically for that R1. I needed one to go for the gas tank. So because I needed one freaking joint to go in a gas tank, I ordered a full assortment. That's just how you do it. So aside from that bundle of pink shit, we're out of there. Okay, now this one, this is the good one. I am a big advocate of Clip-Ons, right? Stock Clip-Ons are all right. They're mainly comfortable. I get used to wider grip on Clip-Ons. A lot of the higher end motorcycles that are very aggressive, they come with wider grip. Wider grip gives you a little bit more leverage and control. I don't want to sound dumb, but I feel, to me, I felt more control with the leverage. And then I can take the Clip-Ons out wider than being in lower, so that it gives you like more room to move around. And people always ask why I don't have steering dampers on my bikes. That's the reason why, because I have the leverage to control. And instead of you riding around being very stiff-armed, you see a lot of new riders like this, you're supposed to actually be like this, loose and limber. So when something happens, like when you get head shake or something, it's just like boop boop, and the bike goes right back, because a wheel rotating is a gyro. Just think about it, like take anything and spin a wheel and then turn it. Right? It's going to give you resistance, and it's going to want to come to a center. And because the motorcycle has a pivot, I feel like this is just too much science. Yeah, fuck all that. Vortex Clip-Ons. Vortex Clip-Ons, mainly the name brand. You got Vortex, Woodcraft, all these other ones, Sato. I got the Vortex because they're black. Now let me show you something. Okay, so factory Clip-Ons. This is a factory 50 mil from R1. This is your connection to the road, right? It's on the shop and you get all the vibration and whatever from the chassis right here. That could be very uncomfortable unless they're heavy with weight in them. And then these specifically, you can see a rubber damper in there. That takes up vibration and everything. That is for comfort. These are R6s. These are considerably lighter, and you notice that they don't have anything in there. But these are two-piece, like you could take these apart, and there is like a filling or something inside here that takes up that vibration right here. You can audibly hear it. That is where the comfort comes from on those. Now here's a Clip-On tube, super hollow. This bad boy is light as hell. So not only is it going to transfer a lot of vibration to your hands, you're gonna feel a lot more with these, but you're gonna get a lot more. It's like a no frill situation when I start doing the wheelies on this bike, which I haven't done yet. We gotta see how it wheelies. It's an R6, so it's gonna do its thing. When I wheelie bikes, right, set myself up and I use them like pull-ups. That's why boy got the things. I use that space. Then when you skid and do shit, when you skid or slide the bike, if your Clip-Ons are in lower, you're like this. right? If they're out wider, it's more like a bicycle, like a mountain bike. He's sliding around like crazy. Some stunt dudes, their bars are straight, or you'll see guys with dirt bike bars. They're not only straight, but they're higher. And that right there is a preference. If you look at the different styles of clip-ons and triple trees, if you have your clip-ons under the triple tree, it's a lot lower. Sometimes it's more aggressive. The R6, this generation R6, has its handlebars on top of the triple trees. This is more or less comfortable, more comfortable than having them down under the triple tree. But when you have your bars up top and they're out wider, they're really comfortable. So with R6s and things like that, I don't know, I kind of just don't see the need to put like risers or anything on them because they're high enough. Now, if it was under, it would probably feel a little, matter of fact, no, I'm lying, because I actually have clip-ons on this R1 and they're under, so never mind. This is one of the most comfortable bikes I have, so scratch that. Here is the R6, same triple. This is the R6 top with clip-ons. As you can see, these factory clip-ons go right in this groove. See that groove? So these stick out mad far. Now we're gonna have to see how this works going in on those triple trees. These are supposed to be 7-degree clip-ons, which is the rake of the, either they're like this or 0 degree. These look pretty damn good, man. These look really damn good. They're pretty thin. That was the other thing I was worried about, because the collar on those were like super tall. These are thin. They're pretty close to being stock height. So the first vibe is just taking off these bar ends. Once you take the bar ends, we'll be able to get everything else off. The other pain in the dick is going to be the grips. Factory grips on here usually got the glue. Sometimes you can just blow the compressor air and it's, you know, expands and let the air through and slide it right off. But I might have to rip this shit from its, oh God. Oh my God, I might need to swang on this shit. This ain't working, yo. Am I gonna use these again? I don't know how this is gonna work. Let's go to Strip City, though. Good God, they weld them on? God damn. Dilemma averted. What did they put in this, dog? Oh, what the fuck? I don't know what that is, but that's some adhesive. It's out now. Each side has its challenge. This side, the grip has to be pried off. That side, you gotta drill holes in to get your equipment on. You hear that just breaking the adhesive? Okay, now you see all that damn adhesive. That was annoying. The rest is pretty much straightforward. Loosen this up, loosen these up. You can pick them up, slide it out of the clutch perch, and you just slide the other shit back in. So it's mad hot. I'm about to just knock that out. No talking, and let's get this done. You can see that. But that's done. I've got them measured out even on both sides. Now we've got far more leverage on our push and pulls. When you ride, you want to turn this way, you give a nice little push that way and you lean in, and then you control the pull in. So the wider that leverage is, obviously you can get quicker. And other things, we'll probably talk about this. I have a track day that I want to go to, but I don't want to talk about too much shit on the street because I'll be able to show you more on the track. Having a higher crown tire makes the bike dip in quicker. Having the longer bar ends make you have more leverage on that. So you'll be able to really get this bike around. Now this bike is becoming super agile, super handling. Instead of us having the handlebars off of here where the factory ones were, these are forward about 1 inch now. So now the bike is more aggressive. Your riding position is going to be stretched out further now, a little bit more leaned forward, but in a full tuck, when you tuck your knees right up on here, that room that you moved out further allows you to get that tuck in better, and your arms go right on the outside of your knees and you hold them right in. Now this whole cockpit has now become super usable just from clip-ons. All of this shit has just made this a super handling super sport. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all, because that battery died and now this one is about to die. I'm gonna put a mirror on this side, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the lever protector on that side. Lever protector on this side because obviously if you fall and lose a brake, you're kind of stuck with the back brake, and there's a risk because you're either gonna do big slides or you're not gonna slow down as effectively. So you always want to protect that front brake. This one right here, it's really not a big deal. If I get the bike started, I can always shift without a clutch, right? So I'll put a mirror here just because for street use. So that wraps it up with the Vortex clip-on install on the 5SL R6 project bike. Effectively, this kind of moves it into stunt bike territory, but it's race bike parts. This does leave room for a handbrake. Handbrakes typically set right under the clutch, so I could theoretically toss another brake on here, which I do have a whole front brake set up over there. All I have to do is put a brake on here. I'd have to run the brake line like that. I'd have to run the brake line all the way down to this spot right here. And that activates the rear brake. It's like doing a hydraulic, right? Obviously, if you pull the handbrake, you cancel out the foot brake. It's the exact same thing in a drift car. So you do one or the other. But there's a new style of brake that guys have been using for like the last 5 years or a decade, and it mounts right here on your upper of the shock, and you have a thumb. So if it has a lever that comes off here, and you could use your thumb for a rear brake. And that's how you'll see motorcycle guys diving into a right-hand turn with their foot dangling off. This is your brake side. So if you have your right foot dangling off and you're still backing the bike in, thumb brake. I don't know. We'll see if we'll adventure into those kind of situations later on. But let's just get the rest of the livery on the bike, which is coming. It is actually coming. It is actually coming from Yamaha UK. That should kind of tell you something. That should kind of tell you something. Those that know, know. Those that don't know, you'll see. And I got some wheels to powder coat too. But then I'll do a full bike reveal because obviously we'll be complete with this build. We're getting real close, y'all. We're getting really close. And once we're done with this, we're gonna focus on this and get this out of the way, because once this is out of the way, cars, you know what's out there, the RX-8, in that order. With that, I'm gonna give y'all 2. With this experience that we've gained doing this Vortex clip-on install, take that into the next vlog.